will continue with this class. We will use the decimation. So I'll show you how do I make this, how do I make the process. I move this, and now what I will do here, for example, I'll select that piece. We need to do this subtool by subtool. Here, Decimation Master. Here, it will show us the normal process. It will calculate the quantity of polygons that I can move down. It will generate first this, and then it will generate the decimation. It is very simple. I'll select first this piece, press solo. This piece, we've got more or less 500,000 polygons. It is very heavy, and I'll show you why. We've got 2 subdivisions, so the archive is very heavy. I'll move down a subdivision, but that is not enough. Probably it is here with these 2 subdivisions. We've got 2 million polygons. So with one, it is just 500,000. What I will do here is move this here, and I'll move up the subdivisions, and then I'll press the lower. We've got a small polygons here, and what I'll do is this piece at this distance. We need to have a good look of it. We've got a lot of polygons there, so the decimation will pre-process the subtools here on pre-process. It will load the subtools that I have here, pre-process, and then it will start to calculate the mesh, which polygons do we have here, and what we could generate for the next step. And if we use the Decimation Master one by one subtool, it will be faster. If we press Preprocess All, it will select the first one. It will take more or less a few minutes. Then it will go to the second subtool, and it will make that process again. So I do one by one because we need to work on it first. We don't need to wait for the other subtools. Normally, I want to move down 20% the polygons. For that, I'll press Decimate Current and wait a bit. What happened? I've got a mesh with the poly paint, but I lose it. Now press Shift F, and the mesh looks pretty good. Polygons, I've got 800,000 with a 20%, but we lose the texture and we can't recover that texture. So we will press Ctrl C, and here, if we got that mesh with UV map, we'll select this for freeze the edges, and then this other, use and keep poly paint. So here, it will keep the texture that I add for my model. For that, we need another preprocess. So, I want to show you first what happens if we don't do this. I press preprocess current, and then I do it again. Now we've got the process. We've got 2 million polygons. And here what I will do, I will leave this in 20% and press decimate. We wait for our subtool. And here, when we've got the preprocess, the decimation doesn't take a lot of time. We've got 800,000 polygons. From 2 millions to 800,000, it is a lot, but it's very heavy for us. So I will press Ctrl C. And then I will move the percent to 5 and enter. And then I will press decimate current. You don't need to preprocess because we already do that. Now we've got a change from this distance. I'll press Ctrl C. And I'll move back to the first subtool. What happened? We move down to 200,000 polygons. It is fine in this case. If we move closer, we could notice about this. Here we need to check which kind of percent we need. And I want here. If we leave it there, I will notice about the details that I lose. I'll move this to 8 and enter. Decimate current. And here we keep the details from a good distance. Another thing that happened if I press Ctrl C, I've got the poly paint. It will keep the poly paint, but the material, this material that shine, it is some kind of metal. The decimation erases the material. So we need to paint again the material over the decimate model. There I like the model from 2 millions to 200,000. Now we've got that pieces, looks pretty good. And I repeat the same process with the pieces that are very heavy. Shift F. This piece is very heavy. Why? Because we've got the subdivisions collapsed, and this upper part, this engrave, remember that we use a brush on it, and it's over the mesh. So that's why we need that resolution. I'll repeat the process for move down the polygons. So on this case, I want to split this part on the knee. Why? Because when I pose the character, I'll need these polygons. So I need to split that part from the other parts. I'll go here, invert, and I'll press split hidden. And now we've got a different subtool for it. Now this piece, well no, I've got this other part that I want to keep for the same reason. We could see that this part have a little bend. This part. But that bend is very low. So we could use the decimation to this piece that is very heavy. And here we've got the other piece that is on the other subtool underneath. And we've got 7 millions on this piece. I'll go to decimation and press preprocess current, and we will wait. Now, here, decimate current. I'll leave it on 7%. And well, as I told you, we have two materials here. One is this, and then the other, the leather and the metal. We need to paint it again, the material, only the material. There's two ways, but later I will show you how. I press Ctrl C and select this metal part. Then polyskin could be the leather. Here I'll press decimate current. Well, there's fine. The material applies again. I'll concentrate on low the resolution. I need to move it down a little more, Ctrl C, and move this 7 to 3. And I will press decimate current again. We've got 440, but we keep the detail. I'll press Ctrl C, and I'll move this to 1. Decimate current. 130. I will leave it like that. This part for the poster. I want to see if I can reconstruct this. Reconstruct the subdivisions. Because I'll need these subdivisions for keep this detail. But I use the reconstruct subdivisions for use the transpose master, and I will not damage the mesh so much. There is fine. So this technique we will apply it to every piece, and after that we'll proceed to the poster. We will stop here and see you on the next video.